welcome to Don't Tell Our Moms.
Don't tell our moms.
I'm Kaitlyn,
I'm Molly.
and you can see our beautiful faces now.
Hello.
Hello. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is take 3. We just recorded 45
Mhm.
minutes or so of this episode, and my computer died.
So, if we are low energy, we're a little fed up.
Yep, we are now have camera capability, but it has taken a freaking lot.
It has.
You can't see it because it's to the side of you, but I have an entire backdrop in my living room right now with one of my dining room curtains.
Listen, we can do a lot of things. We can do a lot, but technology is not one of our strong suits. And we can admit that.
No, and I'm gonna be very honest. I'm sorry. I'm gonna publicly apologize to you because I looked over at Molly just a second ago because we had to have a woo-saw,
Yeah.
and I could see instant regret of it agreeing to do all of this.
No.
So,
No, I got up really early today. So that's
well, I'm sorry.
you don't apologize.
I'm
That's
sorry.
totally fine. Listen, it's a learning process. That's what I told you.
Sorry, my nose was itching.
And the second we can, we're gonna hire someone to do all of this shit for us.
Yeah, we already tried to get Jackie. Well, I already tried to give Jackie the executive producer title, but I forgot that she was enrolled back in school and has a
Yeah.
full time job, and so
Yep.
I was like, oh, never mind.
She's a teacher and is in grad school for a second master's degree, so
Yeah, so that
so
was
her plate's a little full.
yeah. If you would like to help us, let us know.
Yeah.
Unless you're a weirdo.
Well, we're also weirdo.
You can email us at don't tell our moms pod
2025
at
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
I forgot our email. My apologies. Molly
Listen,
set it up.
this really might be a shit show because we're a little loopy. This is like she said, it's our third time, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a good time.
Yep. So we're loopy, and honestly, this whole week has felt like a fever dream.
It really has. It's because we had to work this week some,
Yeah.
even if it was a short week. It's well,
Yeah. But we had a very happy Thanksgiving,
we
and we
did.
hope you did too. We spent it together.
We did, and it was beautiful. We did. We had family over. I cooked a big meal. Caitlin brought some sides. Caitlin brought a lot. She brought the table. She brought some sides. It was a good time.
Yep. I'm the hostess with the mostest, but my house has been in construction zone for 3 years, so can't come to my house.
And we did it at my house. It was fun hosting. It was fun.
Yeah, and Molly had she's so good at it, and she had on her back patio, like I brought a folding table, and she had a tablecloth and all set it up. It was beautiful. It was so
Thank
beautiful.
you so
It felt so good
much.
outside,
It was a
and
beautiful day.
some of Jackie's family joined us, and
Mhm.
just like how I am close with Molly's family, I love Jackie's family as well. So it was super fun and some good quality time and some very good food.
Yes, it was. And if you see me, I'm not stroking myself. Winston's in my lap. So
My Shih Tzu.
we have a guest today.
The Shih Tzu actually won the toy category in the is it
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Westminster?
yeah.
Yeah, but my Shih Tzu is a little rough around the edges, and you'll hear about that in just a minute about what he decided to do the other night. And anyhow,
He's a bad boy.
he is a bad boy, but he's also a good boy.
He's a best boy.
So, been saying that, how was your week outside of Thanksgiving yesterday? I didn't see you before then.
No, my week was a lot less chaotic than yours, but it was pretty chill. Just worked Monday, Tuesday. I worked Wednesday, but did a lot of Thanksgiving prep on Wednesday. But yeah, kind of just the usual.
Yeah,
Nothing nothing too exciting. It
yeah,
was a struggle to get through work because even if it's like a one-day holiday like Thanksgiving, I hate having to work the week before a holiday. So I was on the struggle bus,
yeah.
like having to make myself be productive because I just wanted to not work and play. But not too bad. Not too bad.
No.
Yours was a little crazy.
Well, we did go to the Ren Fair. Our local it was at the Gulf Coast
Oh yeah.
Renaissance
Mhm.
Festival. I Molly has really opened me up to doing a lot, like just being willing to try fun things, fun new things.
Mhm.
And so me and Molly were both fairies.
She was a
She was a
fairy.
fairy. We were beautiful fairies,
Mhm.
and we both had little baskets. If you've never been to a Renaissance fair, there's something called trinket trading. But we didn't really trade a lot of trinkets. We just did what we did best and gave out stuff to little kids and adults alike,
Yeah.
but mainly little kids. It was kind of uncomfortable because I would be staring at a child and then the parents would look over because I would be trying to find my window to go say, "Hey, can your kid have something out of my basket?" So then these parents kept looking over and was like, "Why is she staring at my kid?" And then I'm like, "I have a whole basket full of treats. You don't come over here, little
Come here,
kid.
kid. You
Come here,
want a
kid."
toy?
Yeah, I got candy. So that was super fun. And the little girl even told me, she said, "You're the most beautiful fairy." And I wanted to cry. It made my whole year. So we had
That's
so
so
much fun.
sweet.
We did what we do best. We frolicked around, had fun, and spent money.
Mhm.
Me and Molly damn sure know how to do that,
We do.
if nothing else.
Mhm.
So there was
I
a
had
lot of
a
cool.
$18 turkey leg.
Yes, she did.
It was great.
Yep. And Molly loved the jousting. So
Ugh, I need to know. That was my first immediate thought when we were watching the jousting was, "Where do I sign up? Because I want to do this and I can do this."
yeah,
Do I Could I? No, but I like to think I can because
yeah.
it was so cool. It was
It
really
was
cool.
very cool. So we had a lot of fun at the Ren Fair, and then so that was Saturday. But it was kind of a long day, and it was hot,
Mhm.
and we had gotten up super early in the morning to do like all of our like special effects makeup and sparkles on our face, all the things. And we left kind of early, and so we were all dog tired when we left because
Yeah.
it was a lot of walking too, which was good. We got our steps in. But I came home and I crashed out on the couch, and so I took a nap. It kind of threw me and my dog's kind of sleep schedule off for the night. We had not long crawled into bed, and it was like a couple hours later, my dog's sleeping in the bed with me when my husband's out of town. And my Shih Tzu got up on my chest and was like, "Hey, mom, something's outside. We got to go." They were both alert, and which is not unusual. We live out in the country, and there's
Way out here.
way out in the country. So there's always something that they're hearing outside and they go crazy. So I am in my moo and my Crocs, letting them out because we live on a few acres and there's kind of a like our neighbors aren't super duper close to us, not enough where they could see me and my moo unless I was like at my in my driveway, like the gate. Well, my mother-in-law leaves early for work when if she's, the days that she works the day shift and it's early in the morning when she's leaving. So at this point, it's like 5:30, but thanks to the time change, it's still pitch black dark outside.
Yep.
So I, kind of have a split level house where you have to go down a few stairs to go, um, down to, like, where my lower porch and everything is, and so I go down the stairs, and I'm in, like, our family room that's down there, like, it's our big living room down there, and so I go down there, and I see through the window her tail lights, and I was like, "Oh, they just heard," Grams is what we call her. They just heard Grams, and so they still need to go outside. We have a cattle gate. I was waiting to see if she was gonna close the cattle gate, and that way I didn't have to walk out there in my Moo Crocs, and she did. So thanks to Grams for closing the gate. She closes the gate, she takes off, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let her go down the road a little bit so they don't try to run halfway across the yard and follow her on the fence line. So they're out in the yard, they're doing their business, and we have like flood motion lights on
Yeah.
our porch. I had sat on my porch swing that I have out there and was half asleep, just waiting for them to do their business so we can go back and get in the bed. It's freezing cold. And so all of a sudden, I have a Winston, as you can see, he's a Shih Tzu, but I have a flat coat retriever, which is basically just a black golden retriever, is what he looks like, moose. And he starts going crazy. And he's very docile, but he's very protective. And he's naturally bred to be like a hunting
Mm.
dog. He starts losing it. And so I look up for my phone, and he's out in the middle of my mother in law's yard, which is pretty far from my house. And he's like, any dog parent knows it's like a baby cry, the difference in their barks. And it was like, I'm ready to go and get whatever it is that he saw. And so I'm like, "Oh, it's like a possum or raccoon or something," or even like my husband's, family. We live in like a family compound. We live in my husband's grandmother's old house and the house that she had his entire life growing up, and then the house he grew up in is next door where my mother-in-law lives, and then his uncle's property backs up to ours, and, which is Molly's favorite part of the property because he has a funny farm is what we'll call
So
it.
many animals.
Yep, you
Makes me
never know what
so happy.
animal you're gonna see when you look out any window of my home at any given time. And if you're in the Mobile area and you ever come down Half Mile, we have people all the time that's like, Zebras?
Got a zebra,
Yep,
some emus, all kind of stuff.
yep, all kinds of animals. But also public PSA, please do not get out of your car and just start trying to feed the animals.
No.
It is private property. Thank you. So anyhow, Moose is losing his mind, and my Shih Tzu Moose thinks he's the size of my Shih Tzu, and my Shih Tzu thinks that he is 100 pounds and 10 foot tall and bulletproof. So at this time, it's dark, and so I'm like kind of squinting my eyes and trying to figure out what it is, and I see something just come trucking down the road, and it looked like a big dog at first, and I think there's, like, someone at the end of our road that has, like, some large dogs, and so I was like, "Oh, crap, someone's dog got out," and so as I get closer, I step off my porch a little bit, and I'm trying not to trigger the motion lights because then it'll blind me and I really can't see. So I step off, like, the side of my porch, and they're pretty far away from me. Now at this point, they've gone to my fence line. I get closer, it's not a dog, it is a wild boar.
That's so scary.
Apparently, I talked to my mother-in-law about it. Apparently, I have never seen one in the time that I've lived out here, which is a long time, but apparently sometimes they cut through the woods, and, I mean, we have coyotes and things that we've started to have a problem with here recently, so I'm really vigilant about them at night now, and so it is a freaking wild hog.
Yeah, and I feel like wild boars and hogs like that are more dangerous than a coyote because they will tear you
Yeah,
up, like
they're not scared.
no.
No, not like a coyote is. Like, there was the coyote was in my neighbor's yard, a couple weeks ago, and as soon as it saw me or heard me, it was spooked and ran off.
Yeah.
So yes, I knew that it was go time. Well, like I said, the gate was closed, but in my mind, in that moment, this is a wild hog,
Yeah.
and, growing up, always been told, they're
They'll charge at you.
yeah, they do not play, and my flat coat retriever could probably have it wasn't huge, it was a smaller one. My flat coat retriever Moose probably could have handled his business with it, and just chase it in the woods if nothing else, but my Shih Tzu was gonna be a goner, and I just knew I was about to witness that, and so when I get out of my, initial shock of, "Oh my god, that's a freaking wild hog." Um, I just go into fight or flight, and I did both. I went into fight and flight because I started sprinting across my gravel driveway, in my moo and my furry Crocs.
Were they in sport mode?
Yep, at that point, they were four-wheel drive.
Nice,
We were
nice.
gone, and so then, my Moose has great recall. He's never even been to training, but just naturally has a very good recall, and so all I have to do is just call him once, and he's next to me. So he's still going at it, and, but once I call him off, he comes to me. My Shih Tzu, if you own a Shih Tzu, then you know that at all times, he's like a teenager that's walking around with 2 middle fingers in the air and does not listen.
He's a sassy boy.
He is a sassy boy. He may or may not have gotten a poppin' just a minute ago before we started this. So, anyhow, um, so Winston is not giving up, and there's a little gap in the cattle fence or like the cattle gate that he can get through. And so that's where the boar was headed because Winston was headed there. And so I'm freaking out and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, Winston, get your ass over here. I'm freaking out. My neighbors probably thought I was getting murdered in my yard and probably woke the whole street up. And so I'm freaking out. So I get to Winston and I am like locked eyes now with this hog and he's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's trying to figure out.
Was it making any noise?
No, I mean, it was like grunting a little bit and it didn't have very big husks. So I don't think that it was I think it was a young, like baby got
Mm,
lost. I don't think it was a older, mature
that's
hog.
good because I feel like if it was bigger, it'd have been worse.
Yeah, it would have found its way under my fence somehow, I feel like. So we're locked eyes, and I yell at it, and it kinda takes off into the woods across the street from us. There's just wooded land across from us. So it kinda takes off into there, and I don't look back. I snatch Winston's little ass up, and we put my Crocs back in sport mode, and we're running back across that yard. And I didn't look back. I looked for Moose, and then Moose ran in front of me, and as soon as I was able to see both of them, so I get inside, I run up the stairs, I come in my bedroom, grab my phone, and then also my immediate thought was, I need to go inside and get one of my pews, but I can't leave my dogs out here. Come inside and I call my husband and he had the day off and I wasn't aware of that. I thought he was on his way to the boat because he goes to the boat that early in the morning. He's on a dredge. And so I'm thinking that he's on the crew boat, headed to his boat. He's in his hotel room asleep. So I wake him up out of a dead sleep,
In a panic.
in a panic, screaming in the phone. Um, and he said, "Kaitlyn, calm down. What is wrong?" Winston Moose almost just died, and I almost just had to fight a wild boar with my bare hands because my pew pews were inside and I didn't know what to do. And he's just like, Okay. Well, are you all right?" And he said, "Wait." Well, I think once he like woke up, he was like, "Did you say a hog?" And I said, "Yes, Randy, a hog." And he said, "It was probably just a potbelly pig that got out from one of the farms around us." I said, "No, I'm from the country. I know what a damn bull looks like." So
Country
yeah, I
girl.
said he had husk, and my husband was like, "Are you sure?" It was dark outside, but okay. So that happened. Yeah, so I almost had to fight a wild hog with my bare hands, and then I broke my husband's laptop this week.
Yeah, Caitlin
I've
has
been going through it.
she pissed off someone and they put some bad juju on you.
Yes. And of course my husband was like, "You brought back a damn bad spirit when you went off carrying on in New Orleans." So, bad juju with me, I guess, but
No.
no, not at all. But yeah, so I broke my husband's laptop. Again, had to call him, and this time it wasn't 5:30 in the morning, it was 10:30 at night, and he was in a dead sleep again, and I had to tell him that I broke his laptop after I got myself a brand new laptop this week.
Hopefully next week will be better for you.
Yeah, because I hate feeling like the chaotic friend. I hate when people are the chaotic friend. You know those people in your life that, like, they just always have something going on? But my
Yeah.
husband says if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all.
Mm,
So, but that's maybe why this is such a good thing for us to do this because
maybe.
the story that you would not believe, just those are the
Mm-mm.
just that was a random Sunday morning. And that's how my week started. Maybe that's why my week was so crazy because that's how it
Maybe.
kicked off.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
so.
But yeah, I was almost a I stood toe to toe with a boar, even though there was a fence between us and he couldn't get to me. I stood toe to toe with a
You
wild
did.
boar.
She was so brave.
I was very brave.
So brave.
Yes. And my husband said, "What were you gonna do if you'd have went inside and got a pew pew?" Because he knows I don't have very good aim from a far distance.
Oh, bless.
And so I said, "I don't know. I'd have just started spraying, I
It's
guess."
not like an intruder. You just scare it off by
Yeah.
showing it
Oh,
to
and
them.
then that did happen also, but my husband's
An
tired of me
intruder?
this week. No, I didn't have an intruder, but I thought I did. It was my mother-in-law. So I'm really glad that I waited a few minutes because again, you know your dog's barks.
Yeah.
And Moose went to the doorway of my bedroom that look it's a straight shot down the hallway through my kitchen. We have an old farmhouse door in our kitchen that leads to the upstairs or the downstairs. It's like a platform. And so he's just staring, locked eyes in like this at the door after barking. And again, all of his hair is raised. I'm like, uh, we always joke that my husband's grandmother still lives in here. So half the time I'm like a crazy person.
Yeah.
I'm like, Granny, I'm ready to go to bed. The dogs are going
Sit
crazy.
down somewhere.
Sit down somewhere. Get outside. Don't get downstairs and have you a cigarette. And leave me alone. So I was like, whatever. They're seeing Granny again. But then I heard something downstairs, and I was like, oh, it's go time. So again, I don't wear a lot of clothes when I'm in my house by myself. So I'm in like an oversized t-shirt and my Crocs. And
She loves a crock.
I do love my Crocs. And so I this time did go to my nightstand and yep. And me and what was in my nightstand and the dogs took us a little stroll outside. And I was just over it this week. And so I told my husband, I said, I opened our downstairs front door and all I'm in is a big t-shirt and some Crocs. And I just came out like this.
I can just see it.
And I literally just
She was clearing a room like the
and then I went
FBI.
all through my house and my husband, this is the second time this has happened now, and he's made me demonstrate it for him the first time it happened. But he said, "How did you do it?" And I said, "I was looking like Olivia Benson, just in every room, just
Just checking the rooms.
yeah." So it's just been a rough week. And then thank God that like I said, next time, Grams, please text me if you're checking
Yeah.
downstairs
Yeah.
because my husband said, "Oh my God, like what would have happened?" I said, "I don't know, because the mood I've been in this week, I was about to just start spraying, honestly."
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. So I know in our one of our episodes, you know, now the whole world knows that my husband works out of town, but just know between me, Moose, and Winston,
She's gonna come out crocking and rocking.
crocking and rocking. Yeah. So, but we have a long weekend
Yeah.
and we have Friendsgiving coming up tomorrow. One of
Tomorrow, yeah.
Molly's other best friends who I now love is having Friendsgiving. She's
Yeah.
having us over to her house tomorrow with some of their other friends to do Friendsgiving.
It's gonna be a
So,
good time.
very good time. So, yeah.
So hopefully we'll end the week better than we started the week.
Yeah, because if I see
You
another
especially.
wild animal, I'll lose my mind this week. So,
That's fair.
we are gonna keep our
Yep. Keep
segment in of hot
of
takes. You
hot
guys really
takes.
liked those. We've got the most feedback on those. So I'm gonna let Molly go first with her hot take this week.
Yeah. So, my hot take is that we should lower the drinking age and the tobacco age to 18 if we are going to allow people to enlist into the armed forces at 18.
Yeah.
Because I think if you can enlist and possibly be deployed and fight for this country, you should be able to legally drink a beer.
Yeah.
Like, th-
I
it
agree
doesn't make any sense.
110%.
Or
Absolutely.
even, well, you made a good point in one of our first takes that we did on this, even voting. So if
Yeah.
you are responsible enough to be able to vote and help choose the elected officials, you know, you should be able to drink beer. I
And
mean,
like,
if
yeah, my thought process on it too is me and Molly were both previously in our younger ages smokers, and we didn't just the day we turned 19 because
no,
we didn't used to be 19 and now it's 21.
yeah, well, yeah, it was
Yeah,
19.
I think it was 19 when we were younger. We didn't just on our 19th birthday decide, you know what I want to
We're
go
gonna pick
do?
up
I'm gonna get me a
smoking.
Camel Crush. I mean, you don't, and so yeah, I agree with that. Like,
It's
how are you
just
going to be able to
crazy.
fight for our country, but not, Because I'm gonna tell you something. In battle, baby, I'm gonna need.
Ooh,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
mhm,
But no, I fully believe that, like, if we are going to allow people to enlist at 18, we should also correct the drinking age
yeah.
to 18.
Because Molly also mentioned earlier, she was like, most other countries.
Yeah, and, like, Europe, I think it is 18 at the oldest. It is in Europe.
Yep.
So, that's
And
my hot take.
if you're gonna, if it's not hard to have access to it,
Yeah,
so whatever. But
that's
yes, I
it.
fully do agree with that. That's crazy that you
Mhm.
can all the way either enlist or be drafted
Yeah.
in the military or vote for state, local, and federal, you know,
Yep.
politicians.
If you can be responsible enough to vote, you can be responsible enough to have a beer.
Yeah.
That's my thought
Like,
process.
and like the movie, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Exactly.
Yep. If you can fight a war, you can drink a fifth.
You you can pick up a pint on the way home.
Yep. Exactly. That was a very good hot take.
Thank you so much. What's yours?
So, if you don't know, I'm a relationship connoisseur. All of my hot takes I feel like have been around
She's the
relationships.
love guru.
Yes. Who was the old lady that had the infomercial back and the sex infomercial back in the day?
Gosh, she had it was like a whole TV show that she
And she
had.
got raunchy.
She did. I
Yeah.
loved her, but
She's seen a thing and done a thing or
I
two.
loved her, but I can't remember her name. But I
Dang.
remember watching her as a kid, knowing I
The
was not supposed to
oh,
be
yeah.
watching this. But I was like, "Oh my god, I'm learning all kind of shit."
Yeah.
But no, I can't remember her name. But yeah, it was like a late night TV show. She was an old woman and people would call in with like sex questions.
Yeah, or just even relationship
Yeah, that's
questions.
you.
Yep, that's me. So, my hot take is that you need to be getting to know the people that you're marrying a little bit better before you freaking marry them.
Shouldn't be a hot take, but
Should not be a hot take, but I feel like it is. So if you're listening or watching this and you are not yet married and you're dating and you're, dating a potential prospect as a future husband or wife, there are some key questions that I personally feel like and that my husband and I talked about before we got married that I think there are certain things that you should disclose and I think that there are certain subjects especially around your children that can be, to me personally, in my opinion, are make or break questions. So, as I've talked about in the first couple of episodes, just touched a little bit on, fertility that we've gone through and issues with that. I knew that prior to meeting my husband, and so pretty early on, I didn't hit him with it on the first date. That was like, hey, just so you know, I can't have kids, possibly can't have children. But before we got too deep into it, we were out to dinner. He took me on a date one night and I said, "Hey, before, we're getting, pretty serious, before we go to the next level, I need to let you know that since I was in, high school, I have PCOS and other things that may prevent me from ever naturally being able to have my own child, and so not that children are off the table, but I may not be able to give you a child of your own. And I do think like I've known people and heard stories of same goes for men that there are men out there who get snipped and fully get married and don't disclose that to their
That's
wife, and then their poor wife thinks that the issues are with
crazy.
her. So
That's so
you need to be
crazy.
very open and honest, and not that I don't think that that can't change because listen, when I first met my husband, he told me God, not jokingly, honestly, from the beginning of, "I've always said that I'll never get married and I'll never have kids." And I was in my mid-20s, and I was young and naive and said, "Checkmate." And we did get engaged 11 months later, so worked out for me. But when people tell you certain things, believe them,
Yeah.
listen to them, because there are certain things that you cannot change about a person, or if you do, if they're so, adamant about it and then you go through with getting married anyways and you have a child or certain things that there is a level of resentment there.
Yeah.
Babies should never be the solution to any problem, whether it's in your marriage or your own life. Babies are not the solution to
No.
that. They're not. But when so we got up and he told me, he looked at me and this is how I really knew like, okay, yeah, this is the man for me. Is that when I told him that, his response was, if you were all that you were ever able to offer up in this relationship, you are enough for me.
That's sweet.
And I said, let's get the check and go home.
Time out.
So yeah, so not just how you are as husband and wife, but how you're going to be as parents. Because one of the scariest things about possibly having children is that you're going to mess them up.
Yeah.
So get it together before you procreate
Please.
and be on the same page when it comes to certain things. I believe, discipline is one of those things. You need to, I think, talk to your spouse as your boundaries on that and your thoughts on types of discipline, whether it be, emotional or physical. Um, I won't elaborate on that too much. I know that's a whole nother hot take,
Yeah.
but there's a difference in popping or spanking your child and beating your children. And we actually had a local case that went viral in Mobile. We won't speak on it too much because it gets me really enraged when I do.
Yeah.
I've had to kind of shut off my social media feed over the last couple weeks because some of the comments are wild of people justifying. I mean, if you've seen the video, you know what we're talking about. Um,
It's
I will say
crazy.
this: if either me or my husband had children and ever did that to one of our children, they wouldn't be here to go to court. And I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Yep. So, discipline is something you need to be on the same page. And, there were certain things when we started getting very serious, my husband and I went to dinner one night and it, we had been started talking about marriage and looking at rings. And we had, because marriage is a business in a sense. It is. It's a contract that you are both signing. And I don't think that you should agree. I don't think that you should agree with everything 110% with your spouse because then you
No.
lose part of your identity. And we talked about that in one of the last episodes
Yeah.
was having your own identity. So I don't think that you should just go along with everything that your spouse says and what they say is just, you know,
But
the
the big things are really, really
but
important.
the big things are
Yeah.
really, 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 how we take our coffee, you know, is whatever.
Right.
That's not a big deal.
Debatable.
Yeah. And you're not gonna always have the same opinion or thoughts as them, but you have to be on there's some big things you have to be on the same page about.
Mhm.
And one of those was for me of I'm a firm believer in love for your children is unconditional. So even if they're, making choices or the question that I asked my husband was, what would your reaction be if our child came home someday and they were dating someone of the opposite sex or a different race or, you know, different religion? I mean, just if it was just not what, maybe you pictured of what the person is that they would be bringing home. And my husband's response was, I would love them. They're my child. And
That's
whether
the that's the only response that
yeah.
a parent should have.
Yeah, it is. Your love for your child should not be, I love you, but, or I love you, except for, no, your love for your child should be unconditional. And whether you agree with it, whether you understand it, and if you're struggling with those choices, to me, as long as my child is loved,
Yeah.
is all that matters. If the person that they are with, as long as they are being treated properly, loved, and respected, that is all I could ask for as a parent.
Yeah.
And I will die on that hill that your love for your child, regardless of your own beliefs, should be unconditional.
Piggyback off of what Caitlin said, I and there's people who live traditional lifestyles who don't agree with this, and that's totally fine. But I could never live with a person, or I could never marry a person without living with them first
No.
because I just couldn't. Because you find so much about a person when you live with them.
Yeah.
Like, do they put the toothpaste lid back on, or do they squeeze it from the bottom, or like tiny, mundane, everyday things that will drive you crazy, you wouldn't know about unless you lived with them.
Yeah.
So you just like lock in, plan to spend forever, and like don't know how long it takes them to poop. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine for myself. This is just preference. I could never like agree to marry someone without living with them first.
No. Or sleeping in the same bed with them before.
Yeah. You don't even have to touch each other's private parts, just, like,
No.
sleep in the same
You need
bed.
to know how they do. Are they like my husband? He's a freaking furnace, and I run hot.
Mm.
I'm very hot natured, and my husband is a furnace. We've even, and this is a probably a whole other hot take, and I'll end with this. I think that it is totally normal and okay for spouses to have separate bedrooms and separate beds.
A lot of people do. It's, like, getting
Mhm.
more popular again that
Yep.
people are having separate rooms.
My grandparents did it. My dad's parents, they actually had a two-story house, and my grandmother's bedroom was upstairs, and my grandfather's bedroom was downstairs. They lived on separate floors. They loved each
Yeah,
other.
I gotta
They
say.
thought each other hung the moon and the stars in the sky, but when it came time to go to bed,
You know, I think my grandparents did too, actually, because my
mhm,
grandpa snored so bad. Yeah, now that I think about it, they also had separate rooms.
yeah. And, mom, if you're watching, or either of our moms, don't tell our moms, but also when you get, a hotel room, get 2 beds.
Mm.
Get 2 queens. You know what my husband says? 1 for the sleep, 1 for the
Makes sense, makes sense.
Don't tell our moms.
So, those were our hot takes. We only did 1 this time because the bulk of our segment is gonna be a fun little would you rather game. So, that's what we're gonna move into.
Yeah, and quite honestly, quite frankly, between getting the camera set up
Yeah,
and just having a crazy week, but we promise to be consistent no matter what we have going on in our lives.
absolutely.
We're gonna be here every single week.
That is what this is about.
Yeah.
It's real. Sometimes it's chaotic, sometimes it's
Mhm.
emotional, sometimes it's funny, but like she said, we're consistent, we're gonna be here.
So, yes, Molly has a fun
I do.
segment for
Mhm.
us. Molly is the writer and producer of the show, and whatever she tells me to do, I just do it
She does it well. She follows
because
instructions well.
she is the brains of this operation, truly.
Well, it is an equal partnership.
It is,
It is.
but Molly literally sends me the ideas for the episode every week, and I say, "Okay."
But you put in good you help me brainstorm because if we
Mhm.
need to move things around or add or take out, we work well together.
We do.
We do.
We do.
So I have my phone here, but I am going to read you some would you rathers, rapid fire. You answer them. You can give a short explanation, but it's gonna be kind of
In
rapid
other words,
fire.
that's her saying that she just looked over at the timer on the camera and
No,
said, "Keep it short.
no, it's gonna be
Shut
because
your mouth."
no, because I don't want you can't have too much time to think about it. I want your like first answer is
Yeah.
what I mean. Like I
Yeah.
want your first
Mhm.
answer.
Just whatever rolls comes to the
Yeah,
is what feels right.
what feels right. First one. Would you rather always smell faintly like wet dog or have breath that always tastes like you just ate a tuna smoothie?
Mm. Oh, smell like a wet dog
Yeah, because that's
because I have to taste the tuna.
right. That's other people's problem.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Would you rather have to chew a piece of gum you found stuck under a restaurant table or take a sip from a water bottle you found in a stranger's car cup holder?
Sip from a water bottle in a stranger's car cup holder.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same.
Mhm.
Because that won't stay in your mouth as long as the gum.
No.
Will.
Mm-mm.
Mm. Oh, this is another smell one. Would you rather always smell like onions or always smell like feet?
Mm. Onions. Hold on just a second. Molly keeps asking a bunch of smell questions. She's making me,
Yeah, I didn't realize that I did put
yeah.
let me make sure. I think
Molly
I put
was
all
like,
mine.
I'm asking all these questions about smells because we're really close in proximity, so maybe she'll catch a hint. I don't
No,
know.
I think I would rather smell like feet than onions, because
Mm,
onions is strong. I mean, I guess feet are too, but I think I would rather smell like feet than onions.
but raw onions are sautéed because there's a difference in the smell.
Yeah, this raw.
Oh, I still stand on onions.
Got it. All right. Would you rather have knives or cooked spaghetti for fingers?
Knives.
Yep.
Knives.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Would you rather eat cold bacon grease or eat warm mayo?
Warm mayonnaise.
Ew.
I love mayonnaise. Any way you can give it to me.
No.
Yep.
I'm not a mayo girl. Like, on a sandwich, of course, you have to have, like, a little bit, but I need it, like, very thin. Jackie dips her french fries in mayo, and
Mm.
it disgusts
My
me.
husband hate the only thing he'll eat a mayo on is a BLT. That is it.
Yeah, like,
And it's hard for me because I love and Duke's mayonnaise or nothing.
I mean, of course. I'll eat it in stuff like potato salad or something, like, I'm not grossed out by it that bad, but on a sandwich, I need it to be a thin layer, and that's it. But, like, dipping your fries in it,
Yeah, that I don't know
deserves
that I would necessarily dip my fries in
that
it.
deserves jail time. So,
Yeah.
would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout?
Well, I already shout anyway, so that's an easy answer. Shout because I already
Fair.
do naturally.
Would you rather be able to live underwater but never on land again, or live in the air but never touch the ground again?
I would live in the water.
Me too, like a mermaid.
Yep.
I would love that.
Mhm.
Would you rather lose the ability to speak or hear?
Ooh. Here, because I still got a lot to say,
Mm,
but
I'm the,
sometimes I don't wanna hear it.
yeah, I'm the opposite because I can write whatever I need to say, but like I need to still like be able to listen to music and stuff like that. So,
Molly would ask a question like that, and Megan, if you're listening, you'll know. If you don't know, Molly is a Helen Keller true believer.
mhm. I have thoughts about that, but that's for another episode. Another episode.
It's just an inside joke.
Yeah, it is. Would you rather be only be able to eat dessert for the rest of your life or never eat dessert again? So, like, dessert or nothing.
No dessert.
Same, because
I'm a savory
I
girl,
was just about to say I'm a savory
and
girl.
I don't eat chocolate. I know that's a hot take in itself. Like, a chocolate candy bar
No, like, people who can eat, like, a plain milk chocolate Hershey
or
bar.
like a Dove, like the thick Dove.
If I eat chocolate, it's gonna be dark chocolate.
Yes,
But,
me
like,
too.
with you, I am a savory girl through and through. Like, the only time I really ever go for something sweet is after I've had something savory,
Yeah.
but savory girl
Yeah,
all
and,
the way.
like, with candy, it's, like, I like sour and,
Yeah.
like, gummy candies or, but the opposite of that is, though, I don't eat vanilla cake or vanilla ice cream. So, I don't
Yeah.
like chocolate candy, but I love chocolate cake and chocolate ice
I feel
cream.
like that's different.
Yeah.
Respectable. Got
Mhm.
it. Last one. Would you rather drink someone else's bathwater or wear their wet underwear for a day?
Mm. Ooh.
Mhm.
I drink the bath water,
I don't know, but I don't know what I would do because that's disgusting.
and I don't wanna have to do either one, but you have to pick.
I know. I feel like you could catch something from wearing wet underwear all day, let alone
I don't even wanna wear my own wet underwear, much less someone
and I
else's.
don't, and I don't.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I guess I would drink their bath water.
Ooh, people pay good money for that though, for bath water. So if our podcast fails, we can just get into selling our used bath water.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Or never mind. I'm pretty sure there's a bigger market for wet underwear.
All right now.
Alright. Oh. Alright.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so would you rather knowingly let someone you love make a life-altering mistake or step in and risk losing them in your life forever?
Depending on what the mistake is, I would step in and possibly lose them,
Yeah,
depending. Because if it was really detrimental, I would have to step in and stop it
yeah,
and then just kinda take the heartbreak if it was really detrimental.
yeah.
So,
Well, just know you would never lose me.
no, because I can tell you
Yeah,
this, don't do that. No.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, if I had to, I think
Molly
that'd
has
be
had
it.
to step in my life a few times.
Oh,
And whether
yeah.
I wanted to hear it or not, I knew that it was the truth.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you rather bathe every morning in a sewage treatment plant
Mm.
or have to sleep twice a week completely naked in public?
Have to sleep twice a week naked in public.
Me too.
I don't care.
Nope.
I don't care.
Mm-mm. All right. Would you rather have a hairline touching your eyebrows so you'd have no forehead or a pig snout for a nose?
Mm. I Okay, I'm gonna say the first one because I can shave it. So, bring that hairline down. I'll make my own forehead.
Yeah. Front bangs are making a comeback.
They are.
They are.
I'll make my own forehead.
Yeah.
So, the first one. I feel like that's
Yeah.
easy an easier fix than a big
As
nose.
someone who's had a big forehead her entire life, I wouldn't have a problem not having one at all. Would you rather have the power to convince people of whatever you want simply by touching their a-hole?
I probably don't need to hear the second one. Is that one? I choose that first one right away. I don't need to hear the second one. That one.
Or have the power to teleport to any place you have pooped?
The first one.
Yep.
The first one.
Mhm.
Because I can't fun fact about me, I can't really poop away from home, so I've never, like, pooped anywhere that I wanna go back to really. Because I have a hard time pooping if I'm not home.
I can think of one place that you would wanna teleport to where I pooped,
Yep.
and that story we might give you guys that story for Christmas.
Yeah,
That's your gonna be your Christmas our Christmas episode, you'll finally hear the Kaitlyn story,
hopefully.
and then I'm gonna have to go to witness protection. Alright, let's see. Okay, would you rather walk on a bed of hot coals or walk on a bed of nails?
Hot coals.
Hot coals?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too. I picked that one.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, would you rather trip on the dance floor in front of everyone or rip the dress you're wearing in front of everyone?
Mm. Where's the rip?
Straight in the front.
Like,
The full frontal
oh,
exposure.
I'll trip. I'll trip.
'Cause
Just because if I rip it that bad, I'm gonna have to leave, and I'm probably having a good time.
yeah.
So, I'll just trip and keep it moving.
Mhm.
Not a big deal.
'Cause honestly, if we're at an event that where we're on a dance floor, more than likely we're at an event for someone that we know and love,
Yeah.
and me and Molly are the most clumsy people in the
Mhm.
world, and so they would just be like, "Oh, they fell again."
Yeah. I don't think that would embarrass me too bad. Mm-mm.
Okay. Would you rather tell someone that their new baby is ugly or tell someone that their new spouse is ugly?
I was both.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's hard. I
I feel
guess
like you could navigate around the spouse a little bit easier and be like, not my cup of tea, but
yeah, maybe.
love that for you."
But sometimes that baby's ugly. Like, it's not appropriate to say that. So, yeah, probably spouse.
Mhm.
Probably
Yeah.
spouse. Your baby's ugly because your spouse is ugly. They both ugly.
When people are like, "Oh my god, it looks just like its daddy."
Yeah, it does.
It looks just like
Sure.
its or when people are like, "Oh my god, that baby just looks like its great pawpaw."
Okay.
Like current age?
Benjamin Button.
Yeah. Alright. Would you rather discover something great and spread it or discover something evil and prevent it?
Oh. So I feel like both are good,
Mhm.
but probably the second one to stop something evil from
Yeah, I have a
happening.
superhero complex, so
Yeah.
yep. Mhm.
It's the white woman savior complex,
Yep,
actually.
it is.
Yep.
Alright, would you rather I already know your answer to this,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna ask it anyways. Not wear shoes for the rest of your life or not drive a car for the rest of your life?
I hate both. Mm. Probably drive a car.
Yeah, because we all know that if I could give up driving tomorrow, I would.
Yeah.
So,
I'm always barefoot, but yeah. Especially a long car ride, like driving, I hate it. I
mhm,
hate to have to drive a long way.
mhm.
I would just have people drive me around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you rather be lost in the desert or lost in the jungle?
In the jungle.
Yep.
More food. It's not as hot and dry. I don't do well when I'm hot.
No.
So,
And
the
it's
jungle.
really cold at night.
Yeah, it is. I've watched Naked and Afraid.
Yes, Molly would they would have to force her to get out of off the show. and they like, if Molly did Naked and Afraid, like, once they were done shooting, they would have to be like, "Okay, you have to get back on your plane and go home." I don't
Mm,
mm-mm. I think Molly would just stay out there.
I might.
Yep, because that's right up her alley, just naked out in the
Just
wilderness.
naked in the woods.
Yep, one with the universe in the wilderness,
The
naked as the day she was born.
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't be excited about the bugs. I think that the bugs would be the one thing to do me in if I was, like, on Naked and Afraid.
If they could
Everything else I
somehow
can
bring her
handle.
a battery-operated fan, she'd never come home.
I'd be fine.
She'd be fine.
I'd be
A bug
fine.
zapper
Give
and a
me Yeah.
battery-operated fan, you would never see Molly again
No.
unless you went and found her in the forest.
Give me some bug spray. Give me a fan. I'm fine.
I would rather be in the jungle because now that I know that I could fight a wild boar with my bare hands if I needed
There
to,
you go.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather every movie that you watch, the lead role is replaced with Nicolas Cage,
Mm.
or every song you hear is performed by Nickelback?
You know what? I choose the second option because people hate on Nickelback, but they're actually good.
I love
There's a
Nickelback.
there's a hot take. Nickelback is actually not bad.
No.
So, and I don't really I have favorite movies that Nicolas Cage just couldn't perform. So, I'm okay with Nickelback performing every song.
Like, I couldn't imagine Nicolas Cage, in Legally Blonde.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Would you rather have a flying carpet or a self-filling fridge?
A flying carpet.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep. Because for my husband, he already has a self-filling fridge because he never buys groceries.
Yeah.
So my husband already has one of those. It's not a phenomenon.
Phenomenal.
To him, it is always just filled, self-filling.
And I like to grocery shop.
I do
I
too.
don't like bringing them inside from the car, but, like, I like to grocery shop,
Mhm.
so I don't mind that.
But I do love, um, I don't think that I have grocery shopped inside of a store. I couldn't tell you the last time that I went in a store and
Mhm.
grocery shopped. I will pay for the convenience to have it either pick it up and honestly delivered. Like,
Yeah, which because 'cause I'm like you, I pay for, like, Walmart Plus or whatever, so I get free delivery. If it's a smaller order, I usually always do delivery, but if it's a big haul, I feel first of all, I feel really bad making someone shop and carry all that to the door, but, like, some stuff I don't trust, like, for Thanksgiving prep, I shopped myself because 'cause I'm like, I'm not having someone try to pick out a turkey that's the right size.
yeah,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
I
that I
don't
would have went
trust
in
you
the
to do
store
that.
for.
So, like, if
Yeah.
it's a big haul, I go to the store myself. But yeah, I too do delivery most of the time for
Yeah.
smaller stuff, especially if it's just, like, a few things for dinner. I'm like, "I ain't going nowhere."
Yeah. All right, last couple. Let's see. Well, nope, maybe that was oh, here we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
last one.
last one.
Would you rather have paparazzi follow you around or reveal a different secret about yourself in a weekly newspaper column?
Mm. Probably have paparazzi follow me around.
Yeah, I don't think I would mind it.
Because I would have fun with it. I would
Mhm,
just wear, like, different costumes weekly. I would have fun with it. So, yeah,
mhm.
follow me around, paparazzi.
Yep.
I don't care.
I would love the paparazzi to follow me around.
Mhm.
That's my end goal in this.
Oh, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first, people. So, also another segment that we're gonna be keeping in every week because you
Mhm.
guys have loved them so much is we are gonna
I love them.
yeah, we love them. We are going to end every episode with asking each other an unhinged question. And
Mhm.
um, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
If you had to get a, like, expletive tattooed on your forehead, like, huge, like, takes up your whole not saying your forehead's huge, but, like, the tattoo is huge across your whole forehead to save my life, would you do it?
It'd be your own people. It'd be your own people. You heard that.
I was saying the tattoo's huge, but you had to get, like, ass eater across your forehead
Oh,
to save my life, would you do it? And you can't get it laser removed, ever. It has to be there until the rest of your life.
I've been wanting to get front bangs. So I mean, you could always cover it up. They even have the little clip on bangs you could do down the TikTok shop.
Sarah has those.
But if I had to choose what word,
No, no.
no,
The
you
per
would choose.
the person who was, like, holding me hostage, gonna take my life, was like, "I get to tattoo this on your forehead," and I set her free.
These are the things that why me and Molly are the same person is because when Molly was laying in bed last night thinking about, I wonder what unhinged question I'm going to ask Kaitlyn on the podcast tomorrow. She was like, I got it.
Mhm.
If someone holds a gun to your head and makes you get ass eater tattooed on your forehead, would
Would
you
you
do
do
it to save my life?
would you do it?
Of course.
Okay.
But if I had to choose my own off unhinged word to have tattooed on my forehead, and this is not everyone loves this word, I would have see you next Tuesday
I love that
on
one.
my forehead, and I would walk with it every day.
Hell yeah.
And if you don't know, just, if you don't know what see you next Tuesday
Figure
is,
it
what it
out.
stands for, figure it out. But yeah, I would have that tattooed across my forehead.
Okay.
So, because that's what I serve every day, anyways.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. What would you have?
Across my forehead?
Yeah, if someone was what if they said you gotta put this on your forehead or she's a goner.
Does it have to be an expletive or can it be just anything?
Um really anything, I guess.
Mm. But probably just bitch.
Yep.
Just just so everyone knows.
Mhm.
Just bitch.
Man eater.
Mm.
Mhm.
Woman eater. Mm.
Oh my god.
Sorry, mom.
Don't tell our moms or your
Sorry.
mom
Sorry, mom.
that Molly just said that. Oh, Lord. Okay.
I want to hear your question for me.
Okay. If you had to choose one family, it could be a celebrity family, it could be, a family, just any family.
Hmm.
If you had to pick what family to be on Family Feud with, who would it be and why?
That's a good one. Mm.
I didn't even Google that question. I thought of it on my own.
That's so good.
Mm.
I need someone smart, clearly, but who is also entertaining. Hmm. I'm gonna go with the family from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 'cause
Yes, Aunt Bev.
Uncle Phil, he's a smart man.
Yep.
We got Will, I forgot his name in the show. He's gonna keep it entertaining, so that's who
His
I'm.
name is Will in the show.
Is it? Okay. It's been a long time.
His name is Will in the show.
Okay, good. So, yeah, that's who I'm gonna go with,
Okay.
is the
And the butler, I would want the butler.
Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he would bring dry humor.
Mhm.
Okay. So I did not think when I knew my answer, and it is not a I'm not gonna say it's not a smart family because they're smart in their own way, but I would choose the Wild Whites of West Virginia.
If you have never seen it,
The best documentary ever made.
I
They got
think
done very dirty in the process of making that and got gypped for, like, financially, and I feel really bad for them about that, but man,
go look up, I think it's, like, on Prime or somewhere. Search on your Roku, The Wild, Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, and I promise you will not be disappointed.
no. They took her baby.
Her, she's
She's
crying.
crying. But we would be screwed if one of the categories was the Taco Bell menu.
Yeah. Just please, please go watch it.
Why y'all ain't got fajitas? Why you got them on menu? I'll have a fajita. Man, we don't
Y'all
have
would
fajitas.
y'all would be out first round.
Yeah, but I would just wanna hear their answers. It would never be
Yeah.
able to make it on air
Yeah.
because they are, like, the most unhinged of the unhinged, but I would just love to hear their thought process.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah.
That's a good answer
Yeah,
too.
so I would do Family Feud with the Wild Whites of West Virginia. Yep.
Love. Well, I think that is all for today. We're gonna wrap it up
Yeah.
because, like she said, we've had to try this a few times.
Because this
So
has been for you guys, it's gonna be, probably about an hour episode,
yeah,
but it has been about 5 hours for us. So, yeah. Sorry if we were kind of all over the place this week, but
that's okay.
that's show business.
That's showbiz,
That's show
baby.
business, baby.
So thank y'all for being here
Yes.
again, and we will see you next week.
Yes, Kayla, goodbye.
Bye.